Hello my beautiful Scorpio, welcome to your reading for early May 2025. I hope you're doing well. By the looks of the pre-shuffle, it looks like you're fighting for a few things at the moment. You've got the airplane card and it says, spread your wings and fly. I feel like some of you could be fighting for your freedom. The freedom to pursue your own unique path. You might feel a little bit unsupported, neglected, unloved. But there's a card here that does assure you that you are loved more than you'll ever know. You're feeling very vulnerable. You've got the Naked card here and it says, dare to bear all. Your vulnerability might seem like a little bit of a weakness, but I feel like it's your strength. You are clearing energy blockages and restrictions within your being. See how there's a real theme about freedom, and as you clear this energy, this negative, fearful energy from your life, now it can be coming from you, from within you, but also outside of you, you will be claiming more freedom for yourself. So look, this is you waging a battle for your freedom. The Two of Swords. You are facing clear obstacles, clear blockages. You are fighting for what you currently have. You've got the Four of Pentacles. So you could be at risk of losing money. I feel like it's more money. Okay, we have the Four of Pentacles here. And you can see the squirrel is trying to squirrel away the things that it has managed to accumulate. So you are at risk of losing things that you have fought for, things that you've worked hard for. You're fighting for your happiness with the Ten of Cups. And you're fighting for your own sense of peace, which is probably the most important thing, over money, over anything. If you don't have peace, what do you have, right? So we have the Temperance card, and I feel like it's you trying to strike a balance between right and wrong, you're going to need to sacrifice some things in this fight for your freedom. That's what I'm getting from the cards, the pre-shuffle. Let's see what the spirit messages have for you. Okay. And with this Naked card, some of you could be needing to sacrifice things that once made you feel safe. That has to go, and you're going to need to take a leap of faith and take a risk. Angels and Spirit, please show me what is the guidance for Scorpio. What is the message for Scorpio in early May 2025? If your mindset is fixed, try to free yourself from that and rise above it. So it's not really a time for stubbornness and inflexibility. Don't place limitations on what you think you can achieve, and don't stand in your own way. Allow yourself to flourish in all ways and welcome abundance in all forms into your life. This is what I mean by needing to strike a balance. You're trying to be flexible and compromise where you can, but there's a fine line between over-compromising and boundaries. Do you know what I mean? So the next card says, never allow yourself to be taken for granted. If you sacrifice too much, you're going to lose self-respect. So remove yourself from some situation if you're being treated less than you deserve. Because you're precious and you're worthy. There's some kind of need for self-preservation here through distance, you know, emotionally distancing yourself, maybe even physically distancing yourself from people who are disrespecting you. That's what I'm getting. To preserve your peace. Ignore what everyone else is doing right now and just focus on yourself. What is the guidance for Scorpio in early May, please? And finally, yeah, don't place limits on yourself. That's come through again. You're an infinite being with unlimited potential, and you can have and be anything that you want. Don't hold yourself back or allow anyone else to. See how you're fighting for your freedom? Someone is restricting you, or a situation or your circumstances are limiting you in some way, and you are trying to claim your freedom from that. So this is your life. Live your truth and remain heart-centered at all times. So I do feel like you're going to be triumphant. I'm hearing triumph. So let's see what you are coming up against. What are the major blocks that you need to overcome? What is limiting you? What are the main blocks that Scorpio needs to overcome in early May 2025? What are the major blocks that Scorpio needs to overcome? Got the Queen of Pentacles. It could be a person that has got money, or there's something about, it could be a mother, it could be a boss. I'm getting female mostly, but we know that the tarot is gender neutral, so it doesn't have to be a woman. This is the sacrifice. See, we've got the Hanged Man. So you're feeling stuck because there's something dear to you that you must part with in order to claim your freedom. Can you let go of it? Got the High Priestess. Trust your intuition, because you might not immediately have all of the information that you need to make a rational decision, at least not immediately. So there's a need to really dig beneath the surface. You're feeling so alone right now with this Four of Swords. Yeah. But with it coming out in the reverse position, it's giving me especially next to the High Priestess, it's giving me the impression that you have spiritual protection. With the Judgment in the reverse, they're saying this is a point of no return. So just know that this sacrifice, it's going to be permanent, but maybe it's necessary in order for something else, something better to take its place. You're going to need to forgive. Judgment in the reverse can be the need for forgiveness. Angels and Spirit, please show me, what are the obstacles that Scorpio is facing in early May 2025? What are the obstacles, please? Definitely getting a mother figure with the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles, okay? Some of you might feel like you have to choose between a lifestyle that you've fought hard for and your freedom. But then the Empress is about nurturing. You know how in your last reading I said that some of you might be thinking about getting a new pet, or there could be some nurturing, some children, some theme along that line. It could come at a big cost. Of course, when you have children, you do sacrifice your independence and your freedom. So there's some theme there. I'm not sure how it's going to be playing out for you individually, but let me know in the comments. You can see the baby cow. We've got the Queen of Wands. This is you claiming your power and your sovereignty. This is you deciding what you're willing to do to claim freedom and to claim your life on your terms, you know. So 8 of Cups, you're walking away from something. This is your sacrifice, something that's no longer fulfilling you. Some of you could be going on, what's the word? A journey that requires courage and new adventure. You're saying goodbye to something. That's what it feels like. There's a lot of learning with this Page of Pentacles. You're learning some valuable lessons here. They could be quite difficult though. Let me see what could be blocking you on an emotional and spiritual level. And then we'll see any outside influences that you need to be aware of. All right, angels and spirit, please show me on an emotional and spiritual level, what could be blocking Scorpio in early May 2025? Abandonment and rejection. So you're fearing possibly if you were to claim your freedom and independence, you might alienate yourself. Some of you, there's a connection to the mother because we had the Queen of Pentacles and the Empress. If someone doesn't approve of your choice, you might fear their abandonment. So this card says, throughout our life, we develop deep organic connections to people. We depend on them for safety, growth, and emotional balance. Many of these relationships are formed during early childhood. They give us a healthy template for our growth and well-being. And those early bonds are severed sometimes and leave behind deep wounds and broken trust. Emotional abandonment can also happen later in life with adult-formed connections. It leads to feelings of rejection, low self-esteem, mistrust, distress, and lost innocence. And I feel like on some level, this experience that you're going through, this journey, has led to a loss of innocence. I've recently experienced that. And I think I said to you in one of my recent videos, I got to see people's true colors, people that I trusted implicitly. And that was a loss of my innocence, because I grew up thinking, these people were admirable and trustworthy, and it's sad when you get so let down. But you're being asked to consider how you experience feelings of abandonment and how you address trauma and emotional injuries. And your affirmation is, I am grounded and well-rooted in my self-worth. I attend to my emotional wounds with love and understanding, and I honor my commitment to others. Okay, so let's have a look at outside influences that you need to be conscious of. Angels and spirit, please show me what outside influences does Scorpio need to contend with in early to mid-May 2025. What outside influences, please? You've got anxiety and worry. Someone could be worrying possibly about the implications of you choosing to live on your terms. Possibly they're fearing you abandoning them. So there could be some kind of codependency going on here, because the next card, and I can't make this up, is attachment. Okay, so you could be trying to break free from a relationship that's restrictive and that's got codependent tendencies. Okay, we've got grief. So there is sadness around this and fear. We also have narcissism. So you could have energy vampires around you that you need to be aware of. People that want to get a rise out of you to, confirm that they're still important in your life, and they can still, drain your energy or influence you in some way or control you or manipulate you. So that's what I'm picking up on. But I feel like you are trying to detach from this energy vampire or this situation that's draining you, okay? But be aware, because our attachments can sometimes become so powerful that they control our life and they can destroy us in the process. So some of you could feel like you're under a bit of a psychic attack. Pay attention to the needs of your heart, listen to your pain, see reality as it is, and seek help when necessary, is the message. Okay? So let's have a look at some guidance from the Oracle decks. Angels and Spirit, please show me what is the guidance for Scorpio. Whoa, okay, that card was determined to come out. All right, there's a need to reframe what's going on. So start telling a heroic tale of overcoming whatever has caused you pain. And decide consciously that your past will not determine your story. Clear the way through the powerful act of forgiveness. And I was saying that to you before when the Judgment card came out in the reverse position. If you're holding on to resentment, you're lacking compassion for the other person, and they might be completely aware of what they're doing to you, and they might be completely unconscious. They could be being influenced by other people and situations, and you need to be compassionate even if this person or this situation is causing you damage. So instead of feeling victimized by this person or situation, see this as a really important lesson that has helped you to change something important in your life. Because if you allowed it to continue, your life could have taken a whole different trajectory. I can't say that word. Yeah, you've got a card. I can't make this up. You've got a card that says people around us try to mold us into what they think is best for us and them. And we often comply in an effort to feel accepted, loved, and safe. And when we deny ourselves and our feelings as a result, we're not being authentic. We're working with illusion, and it won't get us anywhere. We need to face and work with what's real. Yeah, so core wounds, likely from childhood, are being reopened by your present circumstances. This is an opportunity for healing and transcendence if you can find a way to process your pain and move forward. As I said, you could be suffering abandonment, there could be sadness and isolation. You may feel like there's nowhere in which for you to turn. You don't know who you can confide in. But Spirit is asking you to avoid fixating on loss and rejection and instead direct your energy to those who want to receive it openly. There is support to be had, both in the spiritual realms and in people around you. Maybe not the first people that you would think of, but I feel like there will be people that surprise you who show up, is what I'm hearing, okay? It's really important that you stay hopeful. Don't lose hope, because this card says those who are without hope will find the gate to heaven closed. Hope is like an elixir that can save us from any situation, no matter how messy. Even temporary setbacks will lead to big wins if you avoid reacting to the temporary conditions that arise when you're making changes and reaching for something greater. So it does feel like there's some negative influence around you, could even be jealousy. And this is typical when you are trying to embark on a new chapter in your life and initiate profound change. There's always going to be some resistance. It's like the universe is testing your commitment on one hand, but also if you're making positive changes and you're moving towards the light and you're moving towards a place where you can meet your highest potential, there's always going to be dark forces. And this is not to instill fear or panic in you, but there's always going to be dark forces trying to bring you down, and you have to rise above. And as I say that, the next line says, rise above emotion and observe from a place of non-attachment. So don't react to people. Don't react in the way that people would expect you to as well, because I feel like there's a message there in that there are, let's call them enemies. There are people who would like to see you fall because of jealousy and whatever other negative influence. Don't let them win. Don't give them what they want. Don't succumb to the darkness. You're going to need to rise above and be the eagle, the evolved scorpion that doesn't give in to, the lower energies. You know how the scorpion would rather kill itself than be cornered and killed by its enemy? This is playing out in your cards right now. You would rather end yourself than see your enemy end you, or, gain the upper hand. This is your strength, but it can also be your weakness. in this particular instance, I want you to see if there's another way out. Because you deserve that new chapter, that abundance. You deserve to go after what you want. You have a unique potential to fulfill. Do not let your enemies win here, okay? And what did I say to you before? You're being asked to move out of resentment and into a state of compassion. It can be very difficult to cultivate compassion for someone who's hurt you, but what causes forgiveness to naturally occur and for compassion to arise is when we can feel sorrow, understanding, and concern for someone else's suffering. Deliberately look for how you relate to their pain. It might just set you free. Remember, a lack of forgiveness only punishes you because you're holding on to that ill feeling and it festers and it causes dis-ease within you. You're not punishing someone else by not forgiving them. You're punishing yourself. Forgiveness is a gift that you give to yourself. So I hope that these messages have resonated with you. Let me just see. We're going to finish with a message from the Crystal Spirit deck. Oh, okay, this is good. We've got Labradorite, which is about manifestation and the law of attraction. This is why you need to reframe your story, even though it could be a really difficult story where you have been victimized and people have treated you unfairly. Remember, we get what we focus on. So I want you to start telling a heroic tale and keep focused on the path that you want to head towards. Now you got rose quartz, the need to believe in your own worth, the need to love yourself, especially when other people are being unkind to you and you're feeling unloved. And you've got aquamarine, which is connected to your throat chakra. Let's have a look at these messages. So Labradorite is talking about awakening to the magic within. You've got help from unexpected sources. What did I say to you earlier on in the reading? There's going to be people around you that you don't expect that might give you helpful advice, or they might offer you their assistance when you're really in need. So be open to magic synchronicities so that you can release your fears. Believe in the mystery of how the conscious universe finds ways to support us in healing what is broken, for its ways are magical. You're being called to make a conscious choice to acknowledge the reality invisible to the senses that makes itself known through meaningful coincidences. Pay attention to synchronicities bearing messages from the universe, which is eager to see you replace what you have lost and repair what has become frayed or broken. Listen to the part of you whispering that something small and seemingly insignificant has great importance, for it is speaking the truth of magical synchronicities. So you are being shown a way out of your troubles. Rose quartz is asking you not to forget how amazing you are. You have so many strengths and a unique set of qualities that will be like magical superpowers as you walk the healing path. Many people will benefit simply from knowing you and being in your presence. So trust that the universe is always there to fill you up with the power of love whenever you need it, and remind you that you are worthy of all that you seek. And finally, aquamarine. It's talking about enhanced clarity, calm discernment. So I feel like this situation has really opened your eyes about people. You see the truth. It's asking you to take a deep breath and be patient as you practice discernment and observe details that you might have overlooked before. Know that your ability to recognize the importance of small details is supported by the universe, and you are on the brink of attaining some powerful insights. Slow down and look carefully, for there could be details that need your time, but trust what you notice. You will surely make decisions that are for the highest good of all. You know what, I'm actually drawn to this deck, which I normally don't use, so just let me see what it's got for you. Yeah, you got inner strength. It says move back to wholeness, recognize that you have the power. Angels and Spirit, please show me, what is the guidance for Scorpio? Voice of truth. You got Joan of Arc. Oh, 2 wanted to come out. Okay. Stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution and speak your truth. And you've got charity. Connect with heaven, ask and you shall receive. Okay. I hope that this reading was helpful, Scorpio. Do leave me feedback in the comment section below, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.